So funding, there's the excellent example that Katie will talk about in terms of the funding model, where there's grants that are available. In some cases, there isn't money sitting there to be spent on initiatives like this, so you have to come up with creative ways to raise your money. Public-private partnerships are obviously one way that can be done, and it's looking at those different methodologies for accessing funds to enable your projects to move forward, or to enable your ideas to move forward. A big cornerstone of the technology side of smart cities is about information, it's about data, and we really have to treat that with respect, because what we're doing is we're gathering information. The agencies have an obligation to be a curator of that information, making sure it's clean, it's real, it's reliable, and then we're providing that information out to the rest of the community to build on, to make decisions on. The rest of the organization is making decisions on that. And it's important to collect that information early and react from that information or data.
And one of the things that USDOT told the city and told us after they won was that Columbus really understood and communicated better than anybody, that they knew their city, they knew what their challenges were, and they had a plan to address them through technology. Like I mentioned, you need to have obviously leadership at the top for any process or program or anything to go well. So the mayor was totally behind this, even though he's brand new, and you know, people were like, "Hey, this is a good thing." He's like, "Okay, it's a good thing. Let's do it." And he had some key people in his organization that were involved. And then the city thought it was important. They had some people helping them in the first days.
All right, thank you, Katie. Our last speaker is going to provide a little local perspective. James is from San Diego, and he's going to talk about smarter transportation technology.
I have the enviable position to work in that vision field, to envision new technology, to plan, implement, and operate state-of-the-art technology, all to increase the effectiveness and the efficiency of our transportation network. It's all about mobility, and mobility is at the lifeblood of a smart city or a smart region or even a smart nation. If we can't get to and from where we're going, if goods cannot be moved in a timely fashion, and the store shelves are bare, people's quality of life suffer. And so today I'm going to talk to you just about a slice of transportation technology, a slice that is in the news a lot lately, is coming, but no one can really give you the answer when it's going to hit. And that's the connected and automated or autonomous vehicle. So before we talk about the future, let's talk a little bit about the past. Why is it important to think out 40 years or all the way to 2050? Well, if we just take a look back, say, some 20 years ago, here in San Diego, on the left side of that screen are two shots of the automated highway demonstration program, where we were trying to envision and implement higher capacities on our roadways by connecting vehicles to the roadway so we could platoon vehicles, have greater throughput on the freeways, less congestion, less pollution. Well, that was 20 years ago. But also, the autonomous vehicle, the self-driving vehicle, could change our land use patterns. It could do what the interstate highway system has done. It could make commutes longer or more tolerable. Suddenly living in El Centro and commuting an hour and a half or maybe 2 hours into San Diego might not be a bad thing for me personally, because I can get work done, I can sleep, I can watch a movie, etc. But is that the best in safety, environment, and mobility? So we have to carefully plan these things. We have to carefully consider different scenarios in order to accommodate this disruptive technology, harness this disruptive technology, and make it a better environment for us to develop. And then it's not just about the automobile or trucks and goods movement. It's about the entire mobility package. It's about safe pedestrians. It's about allowing bicycles to commingle with vehicles and pedestrians, transit vehicles in the mix, et cetera. So we're looking at a collaborative safety mobility environment where all of these things are working together for the benefit of a smarter city.
Bruno, I just wanted to start with you, and this is actually something that Katie brought up as well, because a lot of the things that you outlined are things that we've been thinking about as well at LA Metro, those kind of core principles for how you bring innovation to an organization. But as I've talked to people around the country who are interested in setting up their own innovation office at a transit agency, they've often said, well, how important is it that you report to the CEO? And I say that's the most important part of how you set it up. Because if you don't have leadership from the top, almost all the things that you outlined seems to me become a challenge. What's been your experience with that?
So I think the key is, as you mentioned, is support from the top down. Obviously, there's a lot of grassroots work that has to take place when you're developing the strategy or trying to implement some of your smart city initiatives. But from the perspective of the projects that I've seen that have been the most successful and have gained the most momentum, they've actually been started from the top.
So thank you all. I know that you all came from very far. We had people who, yes, are right here, but coming from LA, coming all the way from Calgary and Canada, as well as coming from Ohio. So I just want to say I hope that you all really valued and appreciated the program that we put on for you today. This is what our local chapter considers to be really a conference-worthy panel and a conference-worthy topic that you usually see presented at national conference, and that is my lead-in to remind you that we actually have a conference coming. WTS San Diego is hosting the national conference in 2018. So this is just a sneak peek of some of the quality programs that we not only hope to continue to bring to you here locally, but that we will be bringing to you in 2018 for the conference. So
I thank you for your attendance today, and remember, if you're in transportation, you belong in WTS. Thank you so much.